Time to head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason. This one, a little bit about Myles Garrett, then about the draft and where the Browns will pick at 44.
Hello. Love the show. I want to say thank you. Love you guys' insights. First thing I want to say, I want to shout out, I want to piggyback onto a caller from the other day. Everybody that's a Browns fan needs to just give a moment and take a round of applause for Myles Garrett, because we aren't talking about Myles enough right now, and he should be talked about. And while I'm giving shout-outs, I'd like to say one of the best things for the show was you bringing Quincy Carrier on. I love what he does, and his take on the Browns, always a good one. Another question I have, though, is do you think it's possible that Jahan Dotson, with him being only 5'11", could possibly drop down to pick 44? And if he does, would that be something the Browns could look at to extend the wide receiver room? And one other thing I want to say about the draft, too, is that I don't think people actually understand. Everybody keeps acting like it's the end of the world, like we can't draft anymore. And if my numbers are correct, I do believe in 2022, this year, we have 7 picks. 23, we have 6 picks, and 24, we have 6 picks. And that's just as of right now. So I don't think we're actually doing too bad there. But that's just my opinion. Thank you. Go Browns.
All right. As always, appreciate all the voicemails. So what about it, Scott? If Dotson falls, is that somebody you think the Browns look at?
I do, without a doubt. I just don't think he'll be there. I've been on these conference calls with draft experts. I listened to Greg Cosell from NFL Films, who I really value his scouting opinion, and he loves Dotson. Like, he likes him better than Chris Olave from Ohio State. So I just don't think he falls that far. But if he does, yeah, he's a guy that I would certainly think the Browns would be very interested in. There's a lot to like about him. So, yeah, I mean, receiver, defensive end, defensive tackle, but he's one of the receivers I just don't think, I'm not sure he gets out of the first round, let alone to 44. But if he did, I think the Browns would be interested. And the caller makes a good point about the picks, but I think that's something that Paul DePodesta and Andrew Berry are really always cognizant of, right? They always want the extra picks in case they make a blockbuster trade and have to give up those picks. They have kind of a reservoir of those draft picks, and I would not be surprised at all if they tried to replenish during this draft. If they're able to, trade one of the third round picks to get a couple of extra third rounders next year, or get a second rounder next year, just so the coffers are always full.
Yeah, and again, it's they've done pretty well under Andrew Berry in the mid to late rounds with guys that can actually contribute. The concern is with the first round picks, that's where you get your quote unquote stars. But the Browns have guys on second contracts now, so it's kind of all a balancing act that intertwines.